Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Washington football team.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Takes over first and 2.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they'll be led out by a man making a remarkable return to the football field. It is Alex Smith.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
When
we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Looking to throw on second down. Smith, and he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And again this time to the tailback. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. They'll run on first down. Gibson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and he's taking care of that early.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Complete to Kenny Stills.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the Washington first down.
Now a give, right side. It's Gibson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Smith. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
It's now.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here we go on fourth down with Kaepernick. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
3. Tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the run is Counter. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Chase Young.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Smith-Schuster.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On third down, it's Counter. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chase Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 13 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10, Smith again. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, Washington.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it 2nd down.
The 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, Smith. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Here's Smith. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
6-yard pickup. Brings up
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Washington 1st down.
Throwing again is Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Stills the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing again. Smith toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10.
Smith throwing again. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Come on, nasty.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Tyson Alualu in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the gun on third down, Smith. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in US Bank Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Keelan Cole, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Mixon, a touchdown run in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Steelers take over first and 10. At their own 31-yard.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. But
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Quarterback taken down.
Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
The 20-yard line.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
no appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yeah.
Backside guys,
Nah.
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
10 at their own 33-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Washington.
A shotgun snap for Smith. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
On third down, Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're continuing to rock and roll. And at intermission, you know, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, Winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald. His third touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Extra point. Now by Boswell. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, it's McKenzie. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing,
First down.
not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Antonio Gibson.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
At the 45-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's Smith. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Complete.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
18 on the play. First down, Washington.
From the gun, Smith. Off to Thomas on the left side. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
To throw again on second down, Smith. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. Washington on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, Smith. And that will be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So,
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. McKenzie returning it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the... Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Cameron Hayward.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Operating from the gun. Smith looking middle, and it's incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it'll be third down.
It's third down.
From the gun, Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone. And the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation.
And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 78 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
It takes over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On first down, it's Smith. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That'll bring up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Smith. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
That's not good enough, man.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go. Here I come.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hilton. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Boswell. extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense back out there. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fresh off the pick six, it's Smith. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Washington.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Need something from deep in the bag. Here after 1st and 2nd down, went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And now it's second down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. Third down here.
And 10.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Look, that's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie returning it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. To throw is Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. gone. Smith. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, he just... feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Kaepernick looking to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Steelers, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tonight, from Orchard Park, New York, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Bills Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Well, the Bills make their way out, led by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. At 24 years of age, it's Josh Allen.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
Steven Nelson
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And right away, he lost the football.
The quarterback
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing is Allen in third. Allen and Knox teaming up there for a Buffalo first down.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Allen's throw is complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
To Stephon Diggs.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
9-yard line.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
On the play.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
51, Mike 51.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now Allen able to shake him off, but in the end the pressure too great and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a third? Blitz coming, and down he goes. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack.
A loss of 8 yards.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down.
Now Kaepernick. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And a Steeler first down.
No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
At the 3-yard line.
First carry for James Conner. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Throwing on second down, Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points
Allen hit. He lost the football.
The quarterback taken down and sacked. A fumble on the play.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. We often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Run with Singletary. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Dancing to his left. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recover.
And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to... emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught inside the 15.
Kaepernick.
And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Bills nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Allen will try again on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Juju Smith-Schuster. It's second down and 10.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Connor. And he spins through. Oh, now he bowls him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak prop. A fillet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
fillet
steak.
at
Come
maximum.
on. You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores
Fillet,
3 times.
fillet.
There you go.
16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Well, to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Alex Highsmith, the quarterback.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up second and
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And hitting Juju on the slant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 38-24 was the final. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. 21-18, your final. And finally, Monday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Spinning past him. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 72 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
To kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Williams now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The quarterback, Josh Allen, the focus of our players' spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go right back to Singletary. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's good for a
What I enjoyed most about watching Devin Singletary as a rookie, and he had a nice campaign, 775 yards on the ground and a rushing average in the top 5 in the league last year, is that what I saw in college transferred to the NFL. Continued to make the first tackler miss, whether he was in the hole or on the perimeter. I expect him to get to 1,000 yards rushing this season.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's into the clear. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now this will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. A chance for us again to look at this Pittsburgh defense. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Allen's pass.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Brings up 3rd down and the 11.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Bills send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near his goal line. Here's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion. The goal for any offense versus his own defense.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Number 19.
Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Back is sacked. Fumble on the play. recovered by Pittsburgh.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown.
To number 19,
Juju Smith-Schuster, 31 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well. End up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Bills on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
51 to Mike. 51
Operating from the gun. Allen. Now Davis fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Allen's pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Pittsburgh.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would have... happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
First down.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many...
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bills ready to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and push it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, Allen throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
That's a 29-yard line.
Allen to throw once more. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, short throw hauled in by Croft. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Cameron Sutton on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. He'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24 yards.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
21 yards. And the Steeler
throwing on first down is Kaepernick. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Kaepernick again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, but it'll be 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Pittsburgh.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point now by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And no, they can't connect on the pass. So that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked. A fumble on the play.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.